Hi, this is Jennifer Quick with Soul Clarity Coaching. Tonight, I want to go over a few things. I've got some events coming up I want to share, and then we'll talk a little bit about the energies that are going on right now. So, the first thing I want to share is that next weekend on Sunday in Burnaby, I will be live. I'm talking on stage as well as I'm doing matrix readings, so the Akashic Records, where I read the energy of how you're showing up in your life and we find out where the blocks and restrictions are and we remove them. So I'm going to be working with that at the Summer Solstice Psychic and Wellness Fair. This is put on by Spirit Essence with Tara Diane. It is a collective of readers and vendors and speakers. I'm really honored to be a part of this group. Tara picks the best of the best to go and work with her, and I'm honored to have worked with her many times in the past with her online events. This will be the first time that I've gone and been in person, so I've actually never met Tara face to face, live in person. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm excited to meet all these faces I've worked with for years, and it's really going to be a fantastic event. I know it because I know the events that Tara puts on. So please check that out next Sunday, May 26th at, where is it? It's in Burnaby. It's Bonser Avenue in Burnaby. You can see it on my website under events. You can see it on all of my social medias. And it's also coming out in my newsletter, which will be out later today. So check that out. It's, what is the address? Summer Solstice Fair. So it's by Spirit Essence. Come check that out. It's only $5 to get in, and it's going to be a fantastic day. You can find out more on the website. So the first one I wanted to tell you about, and then the next one is June 3rd to the 14th. So it's actually an 11-day span, and it's called the Spiritual Growth Forum. And this is this is an online event. There is over 25 expert speakers on their specialties, and it's got a wide range of specialties. And we're all sharing our wisdom and sharing what we want to give you value. It's all about the value in this. You want to learn something, and you'll get all sorts of tips and tricks and insights and discoveries about how to further yourself along in whatever journey you're at, wherever you are in your journey, right? So there's 25 of us that are speaking. I believe I'm going to be speaking on Saturday, and I'm just actually right now working on what I'm going to call the talk, but I really want to talk about moving forward in the spiritual journey. So many of us are awake, but and aware that we are divine beings having human experiences, but what does that mean? Many of us realize that we're moving into a fifth dimension. Well, I'm here to tell you we're actually moving past the fifth dimension, because if you're interested in this kind of stuff, spirituality, metaphysical, things like that, and you've been in this for any length of time, there's the next step. And that's what I want to reveal in the talk that I'll be doing during that event. So there'll be more on that coming out. And that is between June 3rd and the 14th. And again, you're going to find that on all of my social medias as well as on my events page on my website. Then what else have I got? Oh, June 22nd and 23rd. This is really great. This is a summer solstice retreat. I have been invited to join Infinite Serenity Holistic Spa Wellness, Quantum Pearls of Healing, and Healing in Harmony with Horses. Those three are the businesses that are putting on. It's Stephanie, Robin, and Swashna. And they have gathered a collection of healers, energy body practitioners, coaches, intuitives, spiritual entrepreneurs. There's going to be local artisans. There's going to be all sorts of different vendings. There's going to be ceremony. There's going to be healing sessions and reading. And yes, we're going to be with the horses. We're actually going to be on it's actually on the farm where the horses live. And you can see more pictures of the horses and stuff like that as well. You will be meeting them. You do not have to have any experience with horses. Don't worry if you have fear of horses or animals or anything like that. Don't worry about it, because that's what this is all about, is healing. We're going to be healing it all. And you're not going to be pushed or put into any uncomfortable situation with horses if it's not what you want. But they do have these incredible heart centers that are very, very large. And when we work with horses, I know, and myself dealing with my own horses and working with the couple of rescues that I ended up with, they are incredibly compassionate creatures that have a lot to offer. And when we come at them in harmony, we have to come at harmony with compassion and respect. And that's what this entire retreat is about. I'm really honored to be a part of it. Part of the proceeds actually goes towards the care and take and keep of the animals that are involved. So that's pretty good. It's giving back to those horses as well. So that's the summer solstice retreat. And it's a 2-day event. There is, you're welcome to camp over on the farm. There is hotels nearby that you could, we've got some arrangements with that. And, or you can just come each day, or you can book just one day. You don't have to come both days if you don't want to. You can just come one day if you want to. So we're really open on that. Go ahead and check that out. What else do I want to say about it? We're going to be doing, there's going to be ceremony. Oh, I'm bringing my cacao because I'm going to do cacao around the campfire. That's forming as to how that's going to be. Spirit will guide me on that. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a really exciting event, and it's a 2-day retreat. Oh, all the meals are provided. That's the other thing. There's meals included as well. So another great, it's 3 great events that I've got coming up, and there's a few more in the works, but I'll let you know as they solidify. So the first one is this coming Sunday, not this Sunday, week Sunday, on May 26th, which is the Spirit Essence Psychic Wellness Fair. What is it called now? Summer Solstice Psychic and Wellness Fair. That's on May 26th. That's a live in person in Burnaby. Then there's from June to 3rd to the 14th, there's the Spiritual Growth Forum, which is 25 experts all online. These are, by the way, these are not going to be long presentations. They're going to be short. I think they're maybe 30 minutes long. So it's not going to be one of those never-ending webinars that you're trapped, that takes forever to get to the nuts and bolts of what the person is delivering. They're going to be delivering it quick and fast. So it's not going to be a long, drawn-out thing with each presenter. You're going to be able to get the information and meet who these people are and move forward on your journey. But then you'll also have an opportunity to connect with each one of those speakers, if whichever one resonates to you. So it's a great way to try on all sorts of different types of modalities. So again, over 25 speakers, June 3rd to the 14th. Check that out. And then June 22nd, 23rd, there's a summer solstice retreat, which is the healing with horses, healing in harmony with horses. All right. Now, another event that I want to talk to you about is I'm teaching again, and I'm so excited to be doing this. I'm teaching Reiki, the Holy Fire Usui Reiki Master Teacher Retreat. I'm really good about this. We've got a Ravenstone Lodge. It's located up in Sunshine Valley, which is just past Hope. We will be making arrangements for carpooling to go up there, so you don't have to worry about driving so far. And we're going to immerse ourselves. We're going to go up Thursday. We're going to immerse ourselves in that forest and these beautiful accommodations. Marion Baker is our host, and she used to be the chef at was it Centerpiece Mind Center in Langley. She's been for over I think she's been, I forget how many years now, something like over 20 years. She was there as the head chef. So she's the one that's hosting us as well as feeding us all weekend. Amazing meals. I've done retreats with her at the center before. So this is the first time I've been out to the Sunshine Valley. I'm really excited for that. And this is going to be a really, really transformative weekend. The Holy Fire. So this is actually put on, sorry, I was going to say, this is Stephanie Brown from Infinite Serenity Holistic Wellness and myself, Jennifer Quick from Soul Clarity. Please like my channel, subscribe, share this video, you know the drill. Anyhow, so this is the Holy Fire Reiki Master Retreat. We are going to immerse ourselves. So one of the things that I've always, when you're teaching something so deep and transformational, and people, you go in for the day and you have them for the day and you got to bring them into this whole state And then they got to go home afterwards, and they go home to their husbands and families and job demands and just all these other lives, and it pulls you out of the experience. And so by doing this as a retreat, you're going to be immersed in it for the full time period. It's from Thursday to Sunday. And so that's, what is that? That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's 4 days and 3 nights. And by immersing yourself in it, you can really enjoy the transformation. Now, the master level is one of my favorite, is where I personally had the biggest transformation. I had an incredible experience where it was a complete it was a complete transformation. It was really incredible. And it carried on for a long time. I remember leaving my master's attunement session, and this was just when it was regular Usui Tibetan, which I will be teaching Usui Tibetan as well, so you do know how to do attunements in the regular, in the traditional way. But I'll also be teaching you how to do the holy fire, and you will be igniting the holy fire within yourself as well. And I'll talk about that in a second. So the master attunement for me really brought me into such a deep level. I always like to say it's the transition from going from having a toolbox to a way of life. And by the end of that weekend, you're going to be initiated into a way of life where you're just united with the energy. It's really incredible. And now the holy fire aspect, it actually is a transformation that we go through where our entire energy body is reset to the holy fire energy, which it does not have any religious connotation. It's the holy fire being the purest light. Okay. There's more information on that on my website, so you can read through it and really understand what it is. But when you do the holy fire attunement, it's a process that happens over the course of 3 days, which is another reason why we like to do this retreat. And it's something that you don't want interrupted. It's not like you can take it, part of it one night, and then a week later take another part. It should never be broken up. It needs to go through this full 3-day transformation. Now, everybody I have ever put through the Holy Fire Masters class has just been, you go in there going, I don't really know what this, it sounds so mystical. I don't know what you're talking about, right? And then you go through it and it's like, wow. It leaves you almost speechless, but the energy is so powerful, so direct, so deep, and yet it's gentle and it's loving. Holy fire is actually gifted to us with the deity of Kuan Yin, who is the goddess of compassion. So anyhow, check out the website on that. I'm really excited to be doing that class. And of course, Stephanie and Brown and I always have a fantastic time when we're together. That's why we like to do so many things together. And so she's been a master for quite a long time as herself, and is quite experienced in her practice. She actually had a metaphysical store in Langley for a number of years, and until just about I think a year and a half ago. And now she still has her wellness practice in Pitt Meadows. So she's an active practitioner as well, and an excellent teacher. I've taught with her before. So this is going to be an amazing retreat. It's going to be, well, check it out. Anyhow, I'm going to carry on because I'm starting to babble. So Holy Fire Reiki Master Retreat, that is August 15th to the 18th. Decide that you want to get into it because the tickets are selling out fast. We are limited on the numbers we can have, and we are over halfway sold. So there's only 4 spots left. There is an early bird special of, I think it's $12.99 before June 30th, but it only takes $200 to hold your spot. So you can book it now, RSVP, hold your spot with $200. The balance of the deposit will be due on June 30th, and then the final payment is on July 31st. Yeah, July 30th. So you've got time to pay it off. Some people are paying us in installments and in chunks, and that's all good. Just decide that you want to do it and get your spot RSVP to ASAP, because like I said, there's only 4 spots left, and it's going to be a pretty incredible retreat. So get on that. And what else do I want? Okay, so that's all the events that I've got coming up. Now, I wanted to take a minute and talk about the energies that have been going on, the solar flares. Wow, so many, so intense. We've had the solar flares, the northern, which of course the northern lights, which were spectacular. What a light show that was. And I've loved it. I've seen these amazing pictures that you can see faces in the lights, and you can see, like, there's one I think was shot over Alberta. There's this beautiful angel with wings, and it's like clear as day that you can see it in the lineup of the lights, and so that was incredible. But there's also been a lot of astrology shifting lineups happening as well. And now what I wanted to talk about is it's funny, in 2018, not knowing how intensive this was really going to be, but I did know we were going to go through this transformation. I knew we were in it. I talked about it. I taught classes on it. And it was really one of the core things with the activating the heart. And I'm going to run that course again really soon as well, because it's so, so important right now. So stay tuned. I will let you know information on that as well as soon as I decide on the days that I'm going to do it. But opening up our heart chakra, and there's a lot of people doing heart work, but what we're really, the difference that I want to point out is that we need to drop out of our mind and into our heart, into our human body, and connect with the earth. We need to bring into alignment our minds, our heart, and the earth. And then from the energy, from the center point of the heart, that's how we move forward. And that's how we step into the future of what we're going on. So in 2018, I started teaching that class, and I predicted a bunch of stuff that was going to happen, and they all did. In like, I did not imagine when Spirit was telling me these things were going to happen. I did not have the comprehension of how intense they were going to be. So that surprised me. But the one thing I did know is that April of 2024 was this pivot point that was going to happen. And that's what we just went through. I didn't understand it back then. I still don't fully understand it. But I do know the little bit of astrology I do know definitely confirms that it happened. I can feel it happen. I talked to so many people, and many of my clients. April was a wild, wild month. Not just the solar flares and the planetary lineups and all of that, is that like everybody's life kind of went into this real shakeup. And some people really, as always, whenever there's shakeup, some people really thrive. Other people are exhausted, and other people have complete chaos breakup in their life. And really, that is all in pertain to how many shadows that are you still holding on to, and that you need to release. The more you're hanging on to such old shadows and old ways of doing and having fear of the future, the more difficult the process is going to be. So we all know that. So April definitely was this pivot point. So everything has been kind of going downwards, 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 as in more crazy, more chaos, more unreal, more like this feeling of being gaslit, where it's like, everything seems so unreal. Nobody seems like they're on the same timeline. And what happened in April is that when you have two things, imagine when you take two cells in science class, if you remember this, and they show the images, and they take two round cells, and they're one, and they slowly come apart and they pull apart, and they become two. And before they break into two, there's like a goo in between. That's kind of what has happened, is that that's finally broken away, and they are two totally separate timelines now. We can still see each other. There's still an overlap as far as what we're able to see, but the actual experiences are separated now. And so there is a darker timeline that's playing out, but it has an end point that is coming soon. But the other timeline, which, if you're spiritually awake, which you are, if you made it through this much of this video, and if you're a follower of me of any kind, you're definitely on this upper pathway towards towards that more loving, united, and beautiful future. that we're all dreaming about, right? And that we've been talking about for so long. And so it's now more important than ever to really think about how to welcome in joy, how to welcome in celebration, to move into appreciation, to fill our hearts with gratitude, and think about how we can physically live in harmony with the earth. And what a beautiful time as we go into the spring and then into the summer, when we're always more active and there's a lot more events going on. Be a little bit more consciously aware of showing up and operating from the heart center in harmony with the planet. Okay, remember, we want to let go human law and we want to embrace universal law, right? That law of creation. Human law doesn't make a lot of sense. Law of creation, total sense. All right, so that's what we want to align to. And operate from the heart, align, harmonize with the earth, and take our actions in alignment with the laws of creation. If you have any question what those 7 laws are, I have an article on my website that explains them. So go and check out the articles on my website. And it's literally, I think it's called the 7 laws of creation. So really straightforward, right there. But that's what we need to really focus on. And when we're going out, think about how we want to be living. So there's a lot of talk of like the world blowing up and everything happening and destroyed, and we got to take down the societal things and everything. The fact is, and I speak probably for most of them, really, even the ones that are really hardcore survivalists and think that the world's going to be destroyed, will admit we don't want to give up our running water. We don't want to give up our plumbing. We don't want to give up our conveniences of modern society. And I don't believe we have to. What's going to happen is so much new technology is going to be coming out, and we can see that acceleration has been happening with the AI movement, which is like another species. And I'll talk more in another conversation about that. But we have to learn how to work with them and be in harmony as this new species is born. And we have to really embrace our humanness and our union with the earth from the heart center, and really be mindful of what kind of life do you want to be living. We are in that stage of manifestation where we are creating the vision. We're aligning our vibration to the vision, but the material world around us has not transformed to match this new vibration that we are. And it is a stress point. It is also the point where our ego self will rise up in fear and try and bring us back. We're still where the ego is fighting us and wanting us to return to what was. And so we need to be aware that our ego is going to sabotage us moving forward, and just to realize that it's just our ego trying to keep us safe. And, treat it like that gentle part of inner child of yourself going, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. We're just going to keep going. And I promise the ego will get on board and accelerate. And as a society, 2027 is kind of when the ego gets on board. And as a collective society, we drive forward. But those of us who are on the front line, our egos will get on board much, much, much earlier than that. They're getting on board this coming year, really, and it's going to accelerate. So a lot of good things are coming. I'll talk more about that. I'm going to get off because I'm starting to carry on too long, making this video longer than I wanted. I just wanted to really highlight the events that I've got going on because they're starting to line up, and I've got a few more, and I'm excited about them. And I'm hoping to see as many of you as I possibly can, because I do miss seeing people as often as I used to. I miss the events. Unfortunately, just that the Vancouver Psychic Fair did not come to Vancouver this year. So I am not able to participate in that, which was a very big disappointment for me because I really, really, really loved meeting everybody last year. But the Spirit Essence Psychic Fair is going to be just way better. It's going to be way better than the Vancouver Psychic Fair was last year, and the Women's Show and everything I participated in last year. Like, I know it's going to be better. I've got more exciting things lined up this year. It's all going really well. Anyhow, I'm going to get off. Love you all. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and please share it. And if you're seeing this on social media, please pass it around and make a comment. Tell me below something about what you're interested in. How's your journey going? How are you feeling about things? Like, what are you struggling with? Give me some insight as to what's going on with you. What's been your biggest challenge right now? What has been your biggest connection and aha and understanding right now? All of it. I want to hear all of it. Okay. So please comment on the video. I really honestly do want to connect with you. Anyhow, love you all. See you next time. And I will be releasing more videos. I've got them lined up here. There's more coming out. So love you all. Bye bye.